Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, Tuesday, 22nd of April 2025. I'm Gio Betancourt, and this is a recording done by Vantage Markets right about, we'll say, 50 minutes prior to the USA session open. Well, just when it looks like things can't get any worse, they do. Stocks took a nasty dip at the start of the week, and for once, it didn't have anything to do with tariffs. This time, it was President Donald Trump's latest dig at Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. The specifics on what Trump's complaints are, how he might oust Powell, and how the Fed could be reshaped are fascinating, but don't really matter. The bottom line is it means investors have less confidence that inflation will stay under control. That's bad for investments. And it has left out both the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the S&P 500 once again flirting with a bear market. It goes on the long list of things to worry about, which also includes how quickly Trump's trade deals can get done and what companies are saying about their own results. Electric vehicle maker Tesla, telecom firm Verizon, oil services provider Halliburton, and defense contractor Northrop Grumman are among the names reporting today. Now, the bigger question is when the market will hit higher again. The experts say it's bad to sell after a drop because then you are likely to miss the rebound. But the pros also don't see any reasons for optimism at the minute. The interesting thing about what Monday's moves were that stocks and government bonds both fell. The 30-year Treasury yield rose to the highest in 3 months. That's unusual. People tend to buy bonds as a safe haven when stocks go down. The dollar also fell. That makes it look like investors are fleeing the U.S. altogether, or possibly betting on big on gold, which is still enjoying a spectacular run when there's a lot of market noise flying around. Bond yields and gold prices point to traders having little faith in a sustained recovery anytime soon. With that being said, let's take a look at what we could anticipate, or I should say speculate, because trading CFDs or futures markets per se, we are speculators. So we saw how yesterday's market fluctuation after opening a gap down, it took us to our first level of support, and the market actually rebound from that level. So now today we did obviously came back up. We retraced that drop, and we are in the green. Could this be insider trading having some information that perhaps Tesla is going to come out beating expectations? That could be the case. Obviously, also just basically also momentum buying from the dip of the $18,000 psychological round value. So as far as we go, let's take a look at the charts on an hourly chart and see how that actually portrays. So in this hourly chart, you can clearly see that we are basically equally highs, equally lows. Another setup, a great setup for a possible breakout. So basically, the market is waiting for that news coming out of the earnings reports coming out later on today. So far right now, it's just going to be really in regards to that. Now the optimism. It has a fade. We'll see another lower low. We will continue to trade below 18,000. We are right about above 18,000. We are 96 points, 95 points as we speak. So it is 50-50 from this point on. I'm just gonna go an hourly on all the charts as we go. Look at the S&P. Basically the same. I'm gonna actually adjust that support to the medium line, to the medium, which is a 20-day moving average inside the Bollinger Bands, and I'm gonna leave that same level of support. Well, let's see if we'll see a nice move to the upside, or altogether the market will continue just to drop. Now here's the Dow. So the Dow, how interesting this is. The Dow in a daily candlestick chart, that would be a support for it. The market did came out and basically is trading around that level. You could use this right now as a pivot point. This could be a pivot point right now, meaning that if the market is above it, it's going to attract it to it, and if the market is below it, it's going to attract it to it. And from here, we could find fluctuations that we could probably emphasize that if the reportings are negative, we'll most likely just obviously trade lower. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to use the medium as a possible level of support, and we already know that value is 38,634 as your level of support, and I'm gonna make this very tight, 38,500. I'm looking that perhaps the market will continue to move lower, and let's see. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at crude oil. All right, so crude oil has fluctuated above that 62.5 that we were looking at since last week, and it's looking mighty consolidated. Doji. All right, so 64 is a target. Let's use this first 20-day moving average and the lower boundary band, looking for a move to the upside. 64 is a target, so buying crude oil. All right, Nat Gas has just dropped amazingly. So our $3 target is our second level of support, and the lower Bollinger Band, our first one. Resistance, where you at? Let's use the 50 moving average, and the second line, the second level of resistance. Let's do 310. All right. So it is rebounding. Yeah, it's rebounding. But I think it's going to contest that $3 value of it. All right, so gold. Well, gold, after fluctuating, and look at that. Look at that. Did I say yesterday 3,500 and 3,500? Well, I mean, I called it. You call it a retracement. Let's take a look at this on a daily so we can come in here and analyze something. Parabolic movement. Okay, so it was just a glitch on the chart. Okay, so let's use the trend fib extension, and let's measure this move from this breakout, this important breakout, all the way to where it's trading so far and that low that it has made. So, all right, so levels of resistance. All right, so look at that, 3,500 is up. Let's use that as a first level, and let's use the golden ratio for our second. Okay. Now support 3,400, and then we can do something. We can let's just do. So the high is 3,446. The low is 3,412. Let's do 3,412. 3,412 times 0.382% minus equals 33.98. So that's where I'm going to place my second level of support, 33.98. It's quite tight though, huh? Yeah, that's quite tight. No, let's just 33.75. All right, there we have it. There they are. Okay, cool. So, I mean, long-term buying gold. Let's take a look at silver. All right, so silver is also just basically been within range. It's a breakout coming out pretty soon. That's just a build up. So 33.5 is the target. So buying silver, copper. Copper hit our first level of resistance that we placed yesterday. I'm gonna use a 50-day moving average as our first level of support, and I'm gonna use that swing low. You know what? Better, I'm gonna use 460. That 50 is just right there. All right, so let's just give it some space to move. 490 is the second level, and our first level is 485. So going long, buying copper. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is moving higher, right? So it's fluctuating to the upside. All right, so the up and Bollinger Band seems to be doing some levels of resistance. So 90,000 is the target for today. 91,000 is the second target. Then let's use the 50-day moving average as our first level of support, and we can use just this swing low. Here we go. So buying, going long with Bitcoin. The currencies, the euro. All right, so we're looking at 116. We basically almost hit it yesterday. So I'm gonna use 114 as my first level of support, right? And then the second one is 113. That'll be the case, 113. Here we go, walking. As the dollar index drops, most likely we'll have a continuation to the upside. The pound, 134.5 is a target. Let's just do 133, and then 132.5 as support. Looking to buy as well. Dollar index, it is basically, has it found its bottom? Because this is, the wicks have created a double bottom here. So we could probably see a higher fluctuation, a recovery today, even though, because we are oversold in the RSI. So we could probably see some creeping back up towards the 99. That could probably be seen. Okay, so if that's the case, we'll see a pullback on the metals and the currencies. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow.